Hey Internet friends, Magic Brad, Synergy Cafe, Synergy Collaborative, and Minnesota Event Professionals, and we're here at the Study in Uptown Minneapolis, and I've got my friend Rick Petrie with me. How you doing, Rick?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Thanks for inviting me.
We're going to talk a little bit about relationships, because relationships, we've got the event coming up, and relationships are the most important part, especially with the internet these days. It's really hard to build a relationship online, even though people try, but it's too distracting and everything. And relationships are the most important part when you're doing business, because you can generate leads, but if you don't like the person, you're probably not going to do business, and that's what comes out the back end. So I want to talk with you because I know you know a lot about how the brain functions and everything, and that's kind of what like have you ever walk into a room and you just know you don't like that person, or you see someone else and you really you vibe with them?
Yeah.
That's something that's like they call it chemistry or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
What causes that?
Well, I believe it's just the energy. We all are made of energy.
Okay,
so
deep stuff.
Yeah, well, I won't go too deep. I don't want to scare people off and they think, ooh, that guy's nuts. But we are energy. There's energy. And so if like you and I are sitting here together now, we're close enough in close enough proximity that your energy and my energy go together, and we can feel that, and it's kind of an intuitive thing, but it's also an actual physical energy piece that happens when you're in the same area as another person.
Right. Yeah, because I know that, like, exact same thing. You come in and you just get around somebody and it just doesn't seem to, like, even last night, I was at a function last night, and some of the people there I've known from way back, but there was some bad chemistry way back, and it's still there.
Yeah.
So you need to make connection with those certain people, because in business you end up having issues and all that kind of stuff as you go through life.
Sure.
And that's what we're going to be talking about on May 17th, and we're focusing on the events industry, because when you go to an event, you want to relate to the people. So that's what we're going to be talking about, is how an event planner, an event supplier might work, especially in that situation. If a planner's putting together a big event and they're working with vendors, they got to make sure their communication is in line. Otherwise, when the event happens, there's going to be chaos, right?
Absolutely. That's a recipe for disaster, actually. Don't you think?
So you're going to kind of talk with us about that kind of thing, and let people know how, maybe what to look out for, and then maybe how to remedy it so that you can communicate better?
Yeah, and how to think about it, how to be mindful about it in the first place, so that as you're putting things together, you're putting your events together, you're getting your vendors together, you're getting your suppliers together, and perhaps most importantly, you're bringing your attendees into the event, which is the most important part, because you want them to walk away with what I like to call a real wow experience.
Sure.
Like they're just like, oh man, that was good. Because there's so many events you go to, and especially if they're corporate events, sometimes people go because they have to.
Yeah.
And they're not going to be engaged when they go, and all these things that can happen. So what we'll be talking about is ways to make sure that when your people come to the events, they leave with that total wow experience.
Got it. Yeah, I see what you're talking about too, because sometimes the events have the spouses involved, and the spouse doesn't know anybody.
Yeah.
And maybe there might have been something that went on in the workplace that the spouse doesn't know about, and you start joking about that stuff. So it's good to curb yourself before you get in trouble. like me, I'm getting in trouble right now. Okay, so it's coming up May 17th. If you're an event professional here in Minnesota, then you're invited. And Rick will be speaking and teach us about relationships. So thanks again, Rick.
You bet.
Okay.
Thank you.
Peace.